Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speedrunning videos. As you can tell from the video today, I am back building in Oasis Springs. I'm building in the kind of trailer park area for my save file. If you've been watching my videos for a little while, then you will know for my save file I'm going to have a little trailer park area where Johnny Zest lives. This is in the area, I'm not sure on the neighbourhood name, but where Johnny Zest lives, so hopefully you know where I'm talking about. But yeah, I really want you to sit down and build a grandparents trailer for my save file, because if you have been watching for my videos for a little while as well, you will know that I want my save file to have lots of generations and lots of family and lots of relationships. And I gathered, you know what, if I'm going to have loads of different relationships and generations and a big family tree, then I'm going to need some grandparents' houses. And so I decided to sit down and build a grandparents trailer. Now, I have actually previously done a grandma's trailer, which is actually on the opposite side of the road to this one. It's a pink trailer. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it at any point, or if it wasn't. I think you can see some of the other trailers that I've actually done in the background of this video. I think you can see the blue one at some points, but there is actually also a grandma's trailer opposite as well, which could be made into a grandparents trailer, to be fair. But when I was building that one, I was just imagining a single grandma, but for this one I imagined a couple. So this build has 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom. I feel like they haven't lived in this house for too long. Maybe the grandparents that used to live here used to live in a different house, maybe in Oasis Springs, maybe in a different world, and as their children have grown up, they decided to move to a smaller location, so it's less of a house to clean, more manageable, and just something nice, and like kind of like a holiday home, but actually have their home there instead of being on holiday. Just a smaller location for just a smaller family. Now their children have probably moved out. So like I said, this is 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom, and the grandparents, for the storyline that I had for the couple that are going to live here, I don't know what the grandma would have done, or the grandnan, what's it called, grandmother, that's the word that I was trying to think of. I don't know why that took me so long to think of that. For the grandmother, I was kind of thinking maybe she has always been a stay-at-home wife or stay-at-home mum. I'm not too sure on her career. Maybe she did have a career. I haven't really thought that through yet. But for the granddad, I was definitely thinking that he was in the military. And so in their bedroom, he has got some military, I don't know what they're called. They're kind of like the awards that Sims can, well, in like real life, you can actually put them on your clothing. But in the game, there's like this little stand that you can put like Sim medals and Sim awards in. So I was actually thinking that he probably was in the military and he's retired now, he's done his day, and he just wants to live out his best life in his little trailer home in Oasis Springs. So on the subject of trailer homes in Oasis Springs, for my save file, I have recently done a little bit of renovations in my save. So I basically was almost done for this area of Oasis Springs in my save file, but then recently I basically went into my game and realised that my save file, which was going to be the one that I was actually going to release and was the one that hopefully you lot will be able to play in, it was actually kind of messed up in a little way, which is my fault completely, because basically I build everything in my save file and then I'll like move it or whatever, but I've just been building everything in my save file, and there's been so many houses that I've built and then bulldozed and then built and then bulldozed, and I've never seen it actually happen before until recently. But I've noticed that around some of the lots in my save, especially the ones in Newcrest, there seems to be like drop-ins of old builds that I did there, which I've now bulldozed. When I say drop-ins, I'm talking like it's really dark around the lot and there's a lot of like terrain paint. The only way I can really describe it is like drop-ins, like rabbit drop-ins or something, because that's what it looks like. It's like little bits of mud all around all the houses in my save, not all of them, but in some areas of my save. And I really didn't want to release my save with problems like that. It's not really a problem, but I just wanted it to be as good as it can be without the extra, like rabbit drop-ins of previous builds. And so I decided to start a whole new save just for like a whole new world with the same builds that I've already done, but just kind of place them into a whole new world. So it's kind of like a fresh world. Didn't have any of the generated townies, because that is another thing that I've noticed. Where I've been building in this for a long time and then I play testing it and then I take the screenshots in it and all that kind of stuff, the world will generate new sims. I've also got MC Command Center downloaded into my game. It's such a useful mod, but with that mod it populates and townies can move in with each other, they can get married, they can have children, and that was going on in the background without even me playing the game, and townies were having children with each other and doing all stuff that I didn't want them to do for my save file. And so I've actually recently decided to start a new save, which I've already done now. So all of the houses that were in my previous save, or I say all of them, the houses that were in my previous save have now been moved over into this new save. This was actually built in my old save. I did this build just before I moved over. But when I was doing that, I was just kind of second guessing all of my builds. And I don't want to put something out there as my save file, in my save file, that I'm just not 100% happy with. And some of them builds that I've decided to not keep in my save file were some of the trailers that I designed for Oasis Springs. Now, I've been doing my save file for a few years now, and some of the builds I did a few years ago, and they ain't up to scratch. They're not my favourite builds in the whole entire world. At the time, I absolutely loved them, and I really did. But now that I feel like I've got better at building, I know that I can do better builds for them houses and for them lots. So because of that, I've actually got rid of 2 of the trailers that was in this trailer park area, which means I've now got 3 more builds to do, because basically before I did this one, I only had 2 more lots for this trailer area, which was this lot which I've built on, and then Johnny Zest's lot. But then in the process, obviously I decided to remove 2 of the trailers, which was a blue trailer and then an orange trailer. To be honest, they were both starter trailers from memory as well, so they wasn't completely kitted out, they wasn't as furnished as this trailer is, and I feel like I can do so much better. Plus, with the townies that I'm going to have in my save file, I have decided now on what kind of families I'm going to be bringing back from previous generations. And one of the families that I'm going to be bringing back, which I'm really excited to actually get in and give them a makeover, is the Brooke family from The Sims 2. I don't think they were in The Sims 3, I'm pretty sure they were only in The Sims 2. But it consists of, I think her name's Brandy Brooke, and then her teenage son Dustin Brooke, and then there's a toddler that I can never remember the name of, and then she's also pregnant in the Sims 2 as well. When you go into The Sims 2, she's pregnant, she hasn't had a baby yet, and she is a widow, and I just feel like they would fit in so perfectly in Oasis Springs in the trailer park. They don't come from a lot of money, the family, and yeah, so I feel like I'm actually going to make Johnny Zest trailer their trailer, because I want them to have quite a big lot, and then Johnny Zest will be in one of the other trailers which I'm yet to make over. I'm also thinking I might give Johnny Zest a son or a daughter or something. I do actually want to add his relation back in with his parents, because if you've read the description on the the household description, it actually says, or it kind of hints that he is the son of Jeffrey and Nancy. I was just about to say Fiona then. Who's Fiona? Jeffrey and Nancy Landgrab. And so I want to add that relationship back in. I think he was disowned or something because he wanted to be a comedian. I don't know, something like that. But I want to add that relation back in. And yeah, so anyway, talking about the house a little bit, as you can see, I've already done the landscaping. The build itself came together quite quickly, and I'm now moving on and I'm doing the garden. I played around with this garden quite a lot, because at the minute there's 2 sunbeds, and then I changed it to 3 sunbeds, and then off camera, I don't think I've recorded it, but I actually do end up changing it back to 2 sunbeds. So it went from 2 sunbeds to 3 sunbeds to 2 sunbeds, because I basically wanted there to be enough room for your Sims to actually get round. And something that I've noticed a lot recently is if you put 2 sunbeds really close together and then have another one on the other side, your sim can't actually get round to it, even though technically they should be able to, but in my gameplay they never can seem to be able to. So I only ended up putting 2, plus there's only 2 sims that are actually going to be living in this household anyway, so I feel like 2 is a perfectly reasonable amount. In this garden there is also a little washing line, a little bird feeder. I'm actually just going in right now and adding in the eco lifestyle, I don't know what it's called, but it's basically just like a decor item that looks like some gardening. And this house does have some planters as well. I was imagining one of the grandparents loves gardening, and so it was such a nice cute little item, and I haven't actually used it yet in a build, I don't believe, and so I really wanted to add it in. I also do play about with the barbecue area quite a lot. I think I go through like 3 or 4 different series of table and chairs. I'm pretty sure at one point there was a picnic table, and then I changed it to a small round table, and then I changed it to another table, and I keep on changing it, but I'm pretty sure the one that I actually used currently, the one from Backyard Stuff, is the one that I actually do end up settling on. But now I am actually going to the front of the house and just adding a car. One thing, if you've been watching my videos for a long time, I always add cars into my Sims households. I just feel like a little bit of realism is nice. Hopefully one day we can get them in the game as well. And now I'm just doing the little front porch area, and how could I not add 2 rocking chairs to the front porch? I just think it must be the most adorable thing. 2 little old Sims sitting there knitting, drinking tea. I just think that is the cutest thing in the whole entire world, so I needed to add some rocking chairs into this build somewhere. I don't think I added them anywhere else in the build. I might have added them, I think I tried to add one into the lounge room, but I'm pretty sure I didn't end up adding one, and I just ended up going with sofas and armchairs. That is what I think anyway. But I am just going around and finishing up the outside and just adding some plants and adding the little thing above the door. And now I am actually moving on. I've started furnishing the inside of this house. So one of the things that really inspired me, funnily enough, to build this house was this really small little like laundry area. I was playing around with some builds that I was doing the other day, and I actually did this really small build which I won't share. I didn't even finish it, but one of the main things that I really took from that build was this small little kitchen area the build had, and I was like, oh my god, that would be so cute to have in a trailer. And so that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to build a trailer, because of this little like laundry area. I don't think I've ever put laundry in a kitchen before. Even though I'm from England and your laundry, like your washing machine and your tumble dryer, are normally in your kitchen, I don't think I've ever done it in The Sims. Mainly because you can't put counters over them, which is something which I really wish you could do. I really wish you could use it as a surface to cook and clean. Maybe you can actually, I've never tried it. Maybe you can, but I don't think you can. But I just thought it'd be a nice little addition to have the washing and the dryer in the kitchen, and I just thought it looked so cute for a little trailer home, and so I decided to put it in. As you can see as well, the kitchen is really small. I decided to go for the Parenthood counters as well as the fridge and the oven as well from Parenthood. It's a very kind of orangey yellow and blue, or kind of like bluey green colour palette. I really like the fact that the laundry, I think it's the washing machine, and the oven are actually pretty much the same swatch. I just like it when different packs have the same swatches, because for a really long time we didn't have that in the game. But now I am moving on, and I've started furnishing the lounge room of this trailer. So the lounge room is right next to the kitchen. As it's a trailer, it's a very small build, and so there's not much space to really experiment with and have lots of different rooms, and I just kind of felt like an open plan would probably be the best thing. And so the lounge room is directly next to the little kitchen area. As you can see, I originally went with this red sofa, which I do in a minute change. Now I can't remember if it's from Nifty Knitting or if it's from Tiny Living Stuff. It's one of the two, because we got some sofas and armchairs with both Nifty Knitting and Tiny Living, and they look so similar to me, so I couldn't tell you which ones they are. I'm pretty sure it's the Nifty Knitting ones, just as the fact that there's like a circular cushion on the two-seater sofa that kind of looks like it's been knitted, so that kind of indicates to me that it's from the Knitting Stuff pack. But I could be completely wrong, I'm not too sure. But I really wanted to try and have a little bit of a different colour palette for the lounge room, but I ended up changing it because I didn't like it in the end. I only went for red because in the windows it's kind of like a burgundy red in some of the windows, and I tried to incorporate the outside with the inside, but I just didn't like it, so I ended up changing it to cream in a little bit. But there is also a little fireplace in this house as well. The fireplace is from Eco Lifestyle. I felt like it was the perfect one for a trailer. It's small and it's cute. I just wanted to add it in. There is also a little TV, which I believe we got from Eco Lifestyle, but I think you have to find it in a bin, or you have to find it, or you can like recycle objects to get it. I'm not too sure, to be completely honest. I haven't really played with the Eco Lifestyle expansion pack really at all. I maybe played for a few hours, but I didn't really get that far into all the different objects that you can unlock and make and stuff. And so I'm not exactly sure how you would get the TV if you didn't use the cheat, but if you wanted to use the TV without having to do the work, you can just use the cheat bb.show-hidden-objects and it will come up in the build and buy menu. Something that I really like with Eco Lifestyle is there's so many more just furniture that's not in the normal build and buy menu, and so if your Sims was to go on and like refurbish a lot of things, it will bring up new stuff and not kind of like recycle things from the normal build and buy. I really like it. Like I said, I haven't really played with it that much, so I haven't really got far into it. That is one thing that I really am trying to do at the minute, is try and explore every single pack to the fullest. At the minute though, I'm still on the base game because there's actually quite a lot of stuff to do in the base. I say that there's quite a lot of careers to go through in the base game. That's what I'm currently doing, so I will eventually get round to actually exploring Eco Lifestyle, but at the minute I just haven't explored it that much. But anyway, as you can see, I'm just playing about with the picture frame arrangement. I tried for so long trying to figure out which pictures would look right and stuff. I wanted pictures that are probably passed down through families, maybe pictures that they've taken on holiday, and just loads of different wall decor. I felt like this house or this trailer would be perfect to kind of have a photo wall full of lots of family memories and stuff. For my save file, I probably will go in and, well, I say I probably will, I will go in and I'd add in like loads of family photos and personal photos to the Sims. But yeah, anyway, moving on, as you can see, I'm now going around and adding some more kind of wall decorations. I really wanted to add that picture frame which we got from Strangerville. Really actually good game pack. I actually really did enjoy that game pack, and it comes with some really nice build and buy objects, which I feel like whenever I think about Strangerville, I'm like, yeah, I don't really use it that much, but I actually do. And that photo frame and also the clock that I've also put on the wall just behind it is actually some really nice decor to put in houses like Oasis Springs, because it kind of matches the environment on the pictures, if that makes any sense. Another thing that I did also get from the show hidden objects cheat from Eco Lifestyle was this table and chairs, and I absolutely love it. I'm pretty sure, I can't remember where I saw it, but I'm pretty sure the table and chairs is kind of something that was in the original The Sims and they kind of brought it back. I absolutely love that idea, if that's actually true. I can't remember if I saw that on Twitter or if I saw it on Reddit or whatnot, but I really like them tables and chairs, and I felt like they were so perfect for this trailer. A little bit retro and just very grandparenty to me. That's not even a word, but they kind of suited the family that I wanted to live here. And I only put 2 chairs on the table because there is only 2 Sims living here. Maybe if they have family and friends come over, they can all go and sit in the garden because there's a big enough table in the garden. But now I am just doing this little walkway area as soon as your Sims would come through the front door. Just kind of like loads of different clutter. So I put some suit jackets and normal jackets and some kind of different shoes and gardening stuff and like an open book and just loads of different stuff. The actual shelf object was from Laundry Day. I actually really like this kind of shelf thing. I don't regularly use it. One thing I don't like about it is both of the edges are kind of cut off and they go into the wall, so it looks like it's kind of like a built-in feature, which can be nice in some cases, but in this case I would have preferred to be able to see both edges of the object. Hopefully that makes sense, but hopefully you know what I mean. I also did add a little fish tank into this house as well, or this trailer as well. But now I'm moving on and I've started furnishing the bedroom of this trailer. So I just had to use the university bed. I just feel like it goes with grandparents so perfectly. It's kind of old-fashioned and it just works, so I decided to use this kind of grandparentsy looking bed from Discover University. And then I also did pair it with these little side tables, which I think are also the ones from Discover University. We have the ones from Cats and Dogs, which I feel like look quite similar, but now thinking about it, they're probably not that similar. But I'm just cluttering up little bedside tables now with just some photo frames, some lamps, a clock, and just general clutter that you have on your bedside table. This is also where I put that little award cabinet that I was talking about at the start of the video, where you can actually place medals into it if your sim gets awarded some medals. I tried to do it when I was building, but it just wouldn't let me, so you actually have to do it in live mode. So if you were to download this house of the gallery, I would already put the awards in there, so you don't have to worry about that, and they will also be in there as well when I do the screenshots. But now I am just adding this little postcard thing to above it. I feel like this couple have probably travelled the world a lot. You know, they've retired, they've gone on a lot of holidays, they've visited a lot of places, they've probably got a lot of friends in all different kinds of worlds, and so I feel like they'll probably collect some postcards or just little bits and bobs from their travels. And so I really wanted to add this little postcard holder or corkboard, couldn't think of the name of it then, but this little corkboard above that as well. I then also do just add the Get Famous chest of drawers into this bedroom, and then I also am going in and putting a washing basket because I did completely forget about that when I was originally doing it. Originally I put a base game plant there, and then I kind of remembered that this house has laundry and there needed to be a basket somewhere. But now moving on, I've started furnishing the last room in this house, which is the bathroom. I decided to go with the Realm of Magic wallpaper, and then I also just paired it with a base game toilet, a base game sink, and then the base game bath and shower combo. But anyway guys, I have actually reached the end of this voiceover, so as always I hope you guys enjoyed watching me build this grandparents trailer home, and as always, if you do like my content then please subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in my next Sims 4 speed building video. Bye guys.